we will start our next technical session, and I would like to introduce the speaker of our next session. So, our next session speaker is Dr. Goyal, Dr. Suraj Goyal from Bose University of Science and Technology, Fatehabad. Dr. Goyal completed his PhD and Master from Punjab University, Chandigarh. And the research area of Dr. Goyal is the quantum mechanics, primarily interested in solving various elastic wave propagations related problems in classical as well as non-classical theories of elasticity. Dr. Goyal has many publications in reported journals. He has participated in various training programs, workshops, and national and international conferences. Today, Dr. Goyal will share with us introduction to Beamer and the presentation using Beamer. So with that, I request to participants that give your full attention to Dr. Goyal's talk. And with these words, I welcome Dr. Goyal. So, Dr. Goyal.
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. I am audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay, so good evening, good afternoon, participants. I am Suraj Goyal from Department of Mathematics. Okay, Dr. Baljinder, I got some queries. First of all, the students can ask questions side by side, means they have the permission to speak and unmute themselves?
Yes, sir. Otherwise, they can put their queries in chat box, or we will recite that in the end of session. Or if you allow, then we will take at whenever they want.
Yeah, I think the session will be more interactive. They can ask, students can ask queries side by side. You can time if you have any queries. So basically, I have 1 hour and 50 minutes for this talk. Okay, so we have distributed this talk into 3 parts. In the very first part, we will talk about, I will give you a small presentation. And in the second part, we will do some hand-on practice. It means, hand-on practice means you can do, most of you have overleaf, or you must have installed LaTex software in your MikTeX software in your laptops. So basically, we will try to have an hand-on practice session, and at the end, I will again try to answer your queries. Okay, so let me share my screen, then we will start. Yeah, I hope my screen is visible to all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay. So the title of my today's talk is Presentation with LaTeX. Basically, it's an introduction to Beamer. Actually, Beamer itself is a very very vast extension of your LaTeX. So basically, I will deal with basic Beamer presentations. It means I'm not going to present a very hi-fi Beamer presentation, because it will not be possible within a single hour. So I'm just focusing myself to the basic Beamer presentation. As Dr. Baljinder already mentioned, I'm working as an assistant professor in Department of Mathematics, Bose University. It's a government university in Haryana. And let's start with our first slide. Okay, let me tell you this presentation that I'm presenting in front of you. Basically, I have made this presentation using Beamer. I hope at the end of this session, all of you will have the experience. All of you will be well equipped how to make a presentation using Beamer. Okay, first of all, let me tell you why Beamer is useful. Okay, there are few points why Beamer is useful. First of all, most of us are mathematicians, and we know we can make presentation. Everyone knows we can make presentation. There are lots of softwares available. For example, PowerPoint presentation. You can make PPTs there, a Microsoft PowerPoint. But the thing is that whenever we have to write a mathematical equation, we know it is very difficult to write in a PowerPoint. You can find the basic symbols, but you will not find the exact, for example, sign of integration, for example, omega, theta, alpha, beta. It is very difficult to write in PowerPoint. So basically what we people do, we write in a Microsoft Word, then make it as an image, then paste it in our presentation, which takes a lot of time. So basically, for mathematicians, I think Beamer is the best way to write a presentation or to present your work. Okay, the very first point is Beamer is flexible LaTeX class for making slides and presentation. Second, the output is always in the form of PDF files, PDF slides. So basically, you in the final output you will get a PDF, and we know PDF are easy to execute your presentation, and they are very go in hand in hand in any Windows or your Linux or your Micro OS software. So basically, the output is always in the form of PDF. And the third point, the point which I'm talking about, the mathematical formulae or equations can be copied directly from a written LaTeX document. For example, in the last lectures, I think you must have learned how to write a LaTeX document. For example, I have written a LaTeX document, and in LaTeX document, I got some equation. I can directly copy and paste to my presentation. Okay. Yeah, all of the LaTeX commands that you have learned till now for the past 2-3 days, you can use all those commands in your Beamer presentation also, because Beamer is basically a LaTeX class. It is just a class. For example, the article is a class. Similarly, it's a Beamer is a class. The Beamer class automatically loads many packages. For example, you must have talked about use package Xcolor, AMS math for mathematical symbols, AMS theorems, hyperreferences. But if you will simply write, okay, you are using a Beamer class at the very first step, then no need to add these extra packages. Okay, these packages will come along with your Beamer class. Okay, see students, if you find my speed a little bit higher, you can interrupt me at the very moment. And if you are unclear about any of these points, you can ask questions side by side. Okay, let me come to what are our attention, or what is my intention in this 1 hour tutorial or in this 1 hour lecture. Basically, our goal is to learn quickly the following steps: how to invoke Beamer class. Then we will execute some simple commands. And finally, we will try to add some basic effects. Okay, this is our goal for this 1 hour presentation. Okay, how to load a Beamer class. So to load a Beamer class, basically what we need to do, we need to write the very first step as a document class in bracket options. Then, for example, you must have used article and many other classes. We will use a simple command that is called Beamer. Okay, I am again repeating myself. The very first step to write a Beamer presentation or to make a Beamer presentation, the document class must be Beamer. And in the options, and these options are basically an optional one. Okay, you can omit this option, means in square bracket you don't have to write anything, or you can simply omit these square brackets. It will not harm your program or your code. You can simply write document class Beamer. What are options? Options basically uh, options are basically separated by commas. There should not be any space, the same as you have done for the article class. Okay, what may be the possible options? The possible options are, you can mention the size. For example, 8 point, 9 point, 10 point, 12, 14, 18, 20. If you will not write anything, then the default size is 11 point. Okay, so if in the option I will not write anything, the Beamer will automatically take the default font size, that will be 11 point. In the option, we can also write the word draft, that you must have learned in articles also. In draft means, okay, there may be figures, but your final Beamer presentation will not show any draft, it will not show any figures. So basically, the time for execution will be lessened. So basically, suppose I am writing certain article or I am making certain presentation which includes, say, 30 to 40 figures. So every time when I will run my code, it will take a few seconds. Okay, if I want to decrease that time, because I'm simply making a presentation, then I can use the draft command in the options. For example, the very simple one is, you can use document class 12 point Beamer. The very simple first basic command, how you will write in your LaTeX command, document class 12 point Beamer. I think students, if you have your laptops with you or you are using that overleaf Then start writing this code. Write please the first line, document class 12 point beamer. Okay, let me do side by side. 1 minute. Okay, so I'm writing side by side. Say the very first step I'm writing is document class say I'm using 12 point and my class is beamer. So this is the first step. Okay, so let me come back to your my presentation. Yeah, the next one is we can use different themes. I will come to this point after 2 or 3 slides. Basically, for example, when you start making a presentation, for example, say if you are familiar with that Microsoft PowerPoint presentations, there are different types of themes available whenever you are writing a presentation. Similarly, in Beamer also, you have a list of themes. For example, you can use the word use theme Bodila, use theme Bergen, Madrid, Antibes, Singapore, Warsaw. So basically, in the presentation that I'm showing you right now, I have used the theme this Madrid. So basically, I have used the command Madrid while making this presentation. Okay, so next, then the thing is the title page. We want to add a title to the presentation. For example, let me come back to my presentation. This is the title of my presentation. Beamer with LaTex introduction to Beamer. So this is the title of my presentation. I can put this title in my presentation with the help of \title command. Okay. Then the second thing, if you will notice, I have written my name, Dr. Suraj Goyal. It means this is the name of the author who is presenting his or her work. So that command can be invoked by using the command author. Similarly, I have written that this is my affiliation. So basically my institute. So basically this command can be invoked by using the command \institute. And this is today's date. We can write this date by simply writing \date. That is my today. And this is the logo. We can insert pictures. I think you must have learned how to insert a figure in your tech presentation. Similarly, you can use the include graphic commands here. So for introducing the logo, I have used this command, include graphics. Okay. So that's what we are talking about. Title, that is the title of the document. Then \author, that is author's name, maybe your name if you are presenting your if you are presenting. The third one is institute. For example, you are studying in Akal University, so you can write here Akal University. Date is associated with the document. For example, today I'm presenting at 11 April, so I can simply write today. And make title, you already know that in your Beamer or in your any LaTeX document, you have to write make title to make the first title visible, title page visible. Okay, so I hope now this my text studio is visible to you all. So this is document class 12 point. So let's start with by writing, say, first of all, I'm writing title. Okay. So title for today's presentation, the title is say introduction to Beamer. Okay. Now next, I want to add the name of the author. So I'm writing author and I'm writing my name as Dr. Suraj Goyal. Then the third line is institute. So institute is basically my institute, JC Bose University of Science and technology, YMCA, okay, and date. So date, say for example, I'm writing date is today, or I can also write date if I want to mention some specific date. For example, I want to mention January 1, 2021. So I can write whatever date I want. If I will write date today, it means automatically it will pick April 11, 2021. Otherwise, you can write your date. And then we can start with begin document, which is the usual command whenever you are writing something in LaTeX, and say, then I'm using the command make title, okay, and then I'm writing, say, anything. This is my document. Then I'm writing end document. Okay, it's my request to all. Please, you also start writing alongside. Only then you will understand. Means my sir used to say, if you want to learn mathematics or anything new, you have to make your hands dirty. It means you have to work. You have to pick up pen or pencil to do the question. Similarly, if you want to be familiar with this Beamer presentation, you have to you should start typing. Okay, so I'm giving you the time. So first line, the very first line is document class. 12 point. 12 point is my option. That is the final output will have its font size 12 point. Beamer, this is my LaTeX class. So I'm writing a presentation. That is why I'm using Beamer. For example, in the previous lectures, you must have learned about document class article when you are writing article. Similarly, document class book, if you are writing a book. If you are making a presentation, simply write document class Beamer. Then I have written the title, that is Introduction to Beamer. Then author, that is my name, Dr. Suraj Goyal. Institute, JC Bose University, it's my institute. Date is today. Then I have also given you in the sixth line the option that date, you can also mention the date, any date you want. For example, January 1, 2021. Then you can write begin document. Then you have to write make title. Why make title? To show your title page. Okay, so let's try to run this code. See, I hope this code is visible to you all. See, so here I am again explaining you. The document class Beamer, that is why this is a presentation. Then title C, this is the title, Introduction to Beamer. Author, Suraj Goyal, here is the name, my institute, and then date, that is today. And this is my document, I can write anything. For example, I can start with writing, I can write set is a collection of well-defined objects or elements. It does not change from person to person. Okay, so if I will execute this one, so see, my first title page is Introduction to Beamer, and in the second slide I have written set is a collection of well-defined objects or element. It does not change from person to person. I hope this point is clear to you all. If anyone is having any kind of doubt for the first title page, he or she may ask, Beta. Okay. So the main thing is that make title. This make title command must be used after begin document command. So that's why I've written it here. This make title command, you must use this command after begin document. If you will not write this command, or you will use before begin document, it will show error. Or if you will not write this command, there will be no title page. Okay. Now, next slide. We can talk about the frame environment. For example, if you are writing a presentation, so you can, for example, this is your first slide, okay? and I want to write the next slide. So I can start the next slide by using the command begin frame. So this is the frame environment. What is the syntax used? Syntax used is simply you can execute this command by simply typing begin frame. Then there are certain options. Then frame title, that is the title of your frame. Then you can also add a frame subtitle. Then you can add the content to your frame. Then you have to write end frame, because if you have used begin frame, then there must be a command end frame. Otherwise, there will be documentation error. Okay, your command will not get executed. And in the option, okay, options are again optional. You can write this option or you don't have to write this option. Generally, if you don't write any option, then it will take as plain option. Plain option means there will be no headline, footline, or sidebars. And in the option, you can write A, B, C, or T. Where B stands means your content should be placed at the bottom. C means your content will be placed at the middle, and T means your content will be aligned at the bottom, at the top. Okay. For example, begin frame, frame title, slide 1. Then you can use end frame. Okay. So okay, let's start. For example, after make title, I'm using the command begin frame. And what is my frame title? Say my frame title is, okay, write anything. For example, say I simply writing first slide. Okay. And my frame subtitle, say I'm writing definition. Yeah, basic definition. Then this is the definition that I'm writing. And then I need to write end frame. Please try to understand these things. What I have done here, in the begin document, this is my first frame. I have written the frame title as first slide, frame subtitle as basic definition. What is the basic definition? I'm writing just what is a set. Set is a collection of well-defined objects or elements. So let us execute this command. This should be begin. Begin frame. Yeah. Now see. So this is the title of my frame, that is first slide. See here, the line number 10, frame title, first slide, then frame subtitle, basic definition, and then this is the definition. And see, I can use this command. See here, if I will use the command B, now what will happen? All my content is shifted to the bottom of the slide. Okay, I can write it as T. So everything will be shifted at the top. Okay, if I will write C, then it will be on the center of the slide. Okay, I hope you got all the points are clear to you. See, beta, we are these kind of workshops are organized so that you can learn few things. Okay, so best way to learn thing is to do side by side. I'm not here to teach each and every point of a Beamer presentation, because Beamer presentation itself is a very vast set of rules. So basically, I hope at the end of this lecture, you must have the confidence to write a presentation on your own. If you have any doubt, I am again saying, please be open. You can ask any doubt. You can unmute yourself and you can start asking your doubts. Okay, so this is my first frame. First frame, see, if I will not write this C, I am simply writing begin frame, then by default, my frame will be on the center of the slide. Clear? So this is my first slide. Similarly, I can I can introduce a second slide. For example, begin frame. Then say I'm writing frame title. say frame title is my second slide. Then again, I can write something, for example, for frame subtitle. Frame subtitle is an example. Then I can write, for example, the set of natural numbers. Is an infinite set. Then I need to write end frame. So this will be my second slide. So let me run this code for you. One minute. Is there any way to hide video panel? Hide meeting control. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. So see, my first title page is Introduction to Beamer. Then this is the first slide, that is basic definition. This is the second slide, example. For example, set of natural numbers is an infinite set. I hope these things are clear to you.
Sir, may I ask one doubt?
Yeah.
Actually, sir, my doubt is that whenever we are writing frame title, it automatically adjusts the font size of a title. Is it possible that we can change the size of frame
Yes,
title?
we can alter the change. Then we have to change the this Beamer class settings. For example, suppose I'm using the theme Madrid. Okay, then I can write a new command to change the size of the title and everything. It is possible. But I think this is a very basic lecture. That's why I'm not including that thing, because I don't want to go for that new environment command. Although the commands are there.
Okay, it means we have to create another class document.
Not another class. For example, when I say I'm using a Madrid theme. Okay, then after using that Madrid theme, I will introduce a new command. Okay, there I will use a new. Use the new font size for the title, so I can alter that things.
Okay, it's automatically involved in the Madrid.
Not automatically. You can use any theme. In that theme, we can alter the things.
Okay, sir.
Okay. For example, maybe I have included a certain type of example. Yeah, let me come to, yeah, for example, we all know about block environment. We will talk about this block environment after a few slides. So basically, default color is blue. Okay, if you will use any theme, the default color of the block is always blue. But we can change this color. For example, I can set Beamer color block title. This is the command for red color. Similarly, I can change the set title page font. So I can alter that title change, but for that I have to add another command that is called new command or new environment.
New environment. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so basically till now we have made the two slides, first slide and second slide. Let me come back to my presentation. So I hope this point is clear to you. So basically we have introduced a frame. So to execute this command, we have to write begin frame. Then in the option you can use bottom, center, or top. You can use plain things, and there are many more options available. Then the frame title, that is the title of the frame, then frame subtitle. Then you can add your content. For example, I have written a very small example here. You can simply write begin frame, frame title, that is there is no subframe title, and then end frame. Okay, now the next command, talk about an example. Already we have executed this command, but still let's talk about an example. For example, to initiate any Beamer presentation, the first line should be document class Beamer. I have written here the option as 12 point, means my font size I have declared 12 point. Then title is introduction to Beamer. Author Dr. Suraj Goyal, Institute, say JC Bose, University of Science and Technology, YMCA. I have intentionally written large here because I want to display the institution side in some large font. Okay, then we have to write begin document and make title. This is compulsory if you want to show your title page. Then in the first slide or in the first frame, I have written begin frame. Frame title is my first slide. Content of the first slide, you can write it here. Then end frame, then end document. So see, this is the output. So output of the title page, already I have shown you in my text studio that this will be your first output and this will be your second output. If anyone is having any kind of doubt और या किसी का प्रोग्राम अभी तक रन नहीं हुआ, कोड में कोई एरर आ रही है, he or she may ask बेटा. अगर कोई भी प्रॉब्लम है अभी तो you can ask frankly. Okay. Okay. Now next there is a command for section, subsection and table of contents. Means you can introduce, for example, suppose I am writing a thesis. I know the very after the title of my thesis, the next page is table of contents. Similarly, in the presentation, you can also add table of contents. It's the same way. How you are going to do that? Simply, first of all, say you have a section. Okay, say the first section is section 1. Then it got 2 subsections. For example, say subsection, say subsection 1A, 1B. Then there is another section, say section 2. Subsection are 2A and 2B and so on. Then we have to write begin frame, frame title as say outline, table of contents and end frame. Now let's see an example. I have started writing a program, say document class 12 Beamer. I have, okay, first of all, let us see how this theme works. Okay, so let me come back to my practice sheet. For example, in document class, I'm writing, say, use theme, say I'm using Madrid. Okay, now see, it will change the entire look of your presentation. See, just by a single command, use theme Madrid, my everything gets aligned and it looks more prominent. It looks like a presentation.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, sorry to interrupt you.
No.
Sir, there is a question from participant. Okay. So yes, Raman, sir, if we want to attach any picture or, for example, university logo, is there any command for that?
Yes, you can write using include graphics. For example, let me show you this thing. See, this is my presentation that I am presenting you right now. Just look at here. This is document class. Go to page line number 8. See this line. Title, graphic. In the bracket, I have written include graphics. This is the command. This should be the width of my graphic, 2 centimeter. Height must be 2 centimeter. And this is the name of my image. That is, I am writing logo _ university. This is the name of my image. Let me run this code for you. Now see the title. Okay, here it is the logo of my university. So I'm again repeating. After writing, for example, I have written my author, then my affiliation means my institute, then date and everything. Now at the bottom, I want to add this logo. So what is the command? Title. I have to include a graphic in the title page. That is why I have written title graphic. Otherwise, you can simply write include graphic. Okay. If you want to add a logo or add an image in your title page, then only then you have to write this command, title graphic. Then include graphic. This is your basic command that you are using for the LaTex articles. Include graphic. In the square bracket, you write your option, for example, width, height, or your scale. And then you have to, in the square brackets, in the curly braces, you need to write the name of that image. I hope you got your answer. If there is any another query, you may ask better.
So there is no more query. Please continue.
Okay. So basically, we were talking about the use theme. Okay. So use theme, I have introduced the theme Madrid. So Madrid, so this is the basic theme that is available with your Beamer package. So basically what it does, it makes the block on your title. For example, this introduction to Beamer, now it's in a block, that blue colored block. Then your name, this one, and see at the bottom, it is showing you how many slides are there. For example, at the right hand side, it is showing you 1 by 3, means it is your first slide of your total 3-page PDF file. Then this is the date, April 11, 2021. In the middle, it is showing you introduction to Beamer. And on the left, it is showing my affiliation as well as my name. Now, for example, suppose I don't want to show my affiliation on every slide. Okay, means I want my institute to appear on the title page only. So what I should do? See, here it is the text. In the title, I am using okay, am I audible better? I think there was a glitch in the network. So am I?
Yes, sir, you are audible. Audible.
Yes.
Please continue.
Yes. So use theme, that is Madrid. So basically, I don't want the title to appear at the bottom of every slide. Otherwise, this title will appear at the bottom of, or my affiliation will appear at the bottom of every slide. So what I am doing, I'm simply writing a square braces here, empty square braces. Now see what effect it will have. See, at the bottom, now there is no title of my presentation here. If I want to show my title, either I should remove these square brackets or I can use introduction to Beamer. Now this will appear at the bottom of every slide, introduction to Beamer. Sometimes our title is very, you can say very lengthy. For example, say my title is this much. Okay. Now what will happen here? See, this is a lengthy title, but at the bottom of every slide, I'm using a small title. So we can do this in Beamer. Means on the title page, it will be a lengthy title, but at the bottom of every slide, there can be a small
Sorry
title.
to interrupt, sir. There is a query, sir. Sir, is there any way to skip the date? Student want to know.
Yes.
Is there any?
Yeah, simply don't write this thing. For example,
Okay.
I have written here date. Okay, I'm omitting this thing.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah, 1 minute. Okay, this Madrid theme, basically, it automatically incorporates the date. For example, I'm using another theme, for example, Warsaw. Now see, the date will disappear. 1 minute.
Sir, I think we should parentheses must be empty if we want to.
Yeah. Yes. In the date, I think we can use simply date and left the parenthesis empty. So I think there will not be any date. Okay. So yes, thank you, Dr. Rajat. Madrid. Okay, so let me come back to what we were studying. So basically, I was telling you how to have 1 minute beta. Date is today. Yeah. So basically, the very left hand side at the bottom of every slide, you will see my name and my institution name. I want to make sure that there should be only my name, not my institute name. Okay, so what I will write here, I will write empty brackets here, empty square brackets here. Then automatically, only my name will appear at the bottom of every slide. Now my institute will not, my affiliation will not appear at the bottom of every slide. Okay, I hope you got these points. These are important points. Okay, so basically at the bottom, what I need my name. Then I need the name of my this presentation, that is the title of my presentation, Introduction to Beamer. And on the right hand side, this date and this number of slides. These two things are coming from this Madrid theme. For example, if I will use another, say instead of Madrid, I'm using the theme Warsaw. Now see what will happen. See, now this is default Warsaw theme. So basically it will show only two things. Dr. Suraj Goyal, and Introduction to Beamer. But in Warsaw theme, it will show you the sections also. Okay, let us try to fit some sections. For example, say my first section is Introduction. Okay, then here is a subsection. My subsection is, say, basic definition. Section. Yeah. Now I am also adding, see, at the top, it is showing the basic definition. It is under my introduction. Okay, so let me introduce that table of contents page. So I am writing begin frame, begin frame, then say frame title, frame title is, say, overview, then I'm writing table of contents, then I'm writing end frame. And I'm using the command, say, metric. See, now the first slide is overview. Means after title page, my first slide is overview. And this is the section I've introduced as introduction and basic definition. So whatever sections or subsections I will introduce, it will automatically get listed in my overview or table of contents page. Okay, so now it will become my first slide and this will become my second slide. For example, similarly, say I want to add another subsection. So I'm writing, say another, I'm writing another section. So I'm writing here, this is another section, say examples. Now, yeah, see now the table of contents page, it will get modified. See, now the second section is examples. I hope you go, now you are able, you can write your table of contents in your presentation. Okay, so what else we can write? Okay, let me introduce you the next thing. For example, let us try to understand these commands. First of all, the very first line is document class 12-point beamer. That is to invoke your beamer. Then I'm using the theme that is Madrid. Then there can be this dash denotes your title page, your author, your affiliation, etc. Then here I have written the begin document. Begin document, I am writing the first frame as begin frame. Frame title is overview, and that is table of contents. Now I have created certain section. For example, my first section is why beamer is useful. Subsection, minimum beamer session. Then my second section is how to load a beamer class, which have two further subsections, themes and frame environment. If I will execute this command in my beamer file or in my LaTex software, then this will be my output. See, my output will be overview, why beamer is useful, the subsection a minimum beamer session, then how to load a beamer class, themes, frame, environment. If you have any kind of doubt until now, please be frank and ask me, beta. Try to understand each and every command. Document class beamer, the very first command to execute or to invoke a beamer. Then use theme, you have a plenty of option. For example, you have Madrid, then there is a class that is called Warsaw. There are another classes. I have written here classes, yeah. Every class or every theme has its different outlook. Okay, you can try using any of this command. Basically, generally, I use this Warsaw command or Madrid command, because generally in these commands now you got a lot of space to write your content. Basically, in mathematical presentations, we generally have a lot of content, lot of mathematical equations. So basically, I always prefer the theme that will give me a broad frame where I can write my mathematical equations. Okay, otherwise you can have this layer on the left hand side also. You can increase the size of this frame title. Okay, but overall you have this white portion where you can write the mathematical terms. So basically I generally prefer this Madrid title, this Madrid theme. So we were trying to understand this commands. Then we have started a frame, begin frame, frame title. The name of the title is overview. So in the next slide, you can see the output, that is the overview is coming here. Okay. Next, table of contents. So automatically in the overview, what I want to show the table of contents. Then there are sections, why Beamer is useful, then subsection. So all the sections, subsections are coming here. See this blue color, first thing. The second, this numbering 1, 2, and this bullets, you can see they are round bullets. So it all due to your Madrid theme. If you will change the theme, obviously these blocks or these bullets, the shape of the bullets, the color of the bullets also vary from theme to theme. However, in a particular theme, you can change the color. For example, there are options that I can change the color. This blue, I can change it into red. Okay. So, but generally, being mathematicians, we are not, we don't want to show any beautification to the slides, because generally we want to present our work. Okay. So generally, I don't try to change the already inbuilt theme commands. But if there is certain requirement, a special requirement, then you can do such things. Okay, now this is the most important thing, the block environment. For example, I am presenting my work and see this presentation. In the very first slide, I have written this definition. Set is a collection of well-defined objects or element, but I want to highlight this definition, means I want to make an impact of this line to the viewers. Okay, so I can use this block command. So what I am saying, you can use the block environment command. So what is the main executable command? You can start begin block, then you can write the title of the block, then you can add your content. The basic color of a block is basically blue. Okay, we can change the color of the block. For example, if I want to change the color of the block, I can simply use set Beamer color. This command I have to write before begin document. Okay, then in the entire presentation, my Beamer color, or basically my color of the block, will change from blue to red. So this is the command. We are not going into very details. I can use different colors because this is a very basic Beamer presentation lecture. The other useful blocks for mathematics are, for example, definition, theorem, corollary, proof. These four things will appear in blue color. If you will write begin example, automatically it will take color green. If you want to alert something, then alert block, you can use command. This will be in a red color. If you want to have some warning, okay, then simply instead of block, you can use alert block. Okay, let's try to use these block commands. So let me come to this definition. So I'm writing here at line number 19, begin block. Say the title of the block is definition. Okay, then I'm writing here end block. See what changes will it bring to your presentation. See, so basically now this definition is more appealing. For example, definition, set is a collection of well-defined and it does not change from person to person. Now it is by using block. So I have already told you the basic or the default color is blue. That is why it has used this blue line. Now this changes from theme to theme. You can also change the color. You can mention your color. For example, I want to write here, it does not change from person to person. Okay. So this line I want to highlight. So how I'm going to highlight this thing? I'm writing begin alert block. And I'm writing here warning. Okay. And say this is end alert block. See, now automatically the alert block, the basic or the default color for an alert block is warning. So basically this is my definition. Set is a collection of well-defined objects or elements. Then warning, it does not change from person to person. I hope you got my point. So this is the difference between block and alert block. And generally when we use blocks, when we want to highlight something or want to emphasize something in our presentation, then we generally take the help of these blocks kind of things. Okay, next I was saying that there are certain inbuilt another helpful blocks. For example, definition, theorem, corollary, examples. Okay, so let me show you with an example. For example, here I am writing in the second frame, begin example. Then I'm writing end example. So let me execute this command. See, the example is set of natural numbers, is an infinite set. Okay, you can add more examples also. For example, I want to say begin itemize. Then you can use end itemize. And say this is my first item. Then I want to write another item. Say the item is set of all real numbers. Okay, so if I will execute this command, see. So I can add more and more examples of sets. Okay, so let me recall everything for you. So first of all, we have started with document class to invoke Beamer, document class 12-point Beamer. I can increase the size. For example, if I will change to 18 point, see, just a minute. Okay, I will come to later this point because it is inbuilt use Thimmer metric under. So basically introduction to Beamer, overview, that is introduction, basic definition examples. Then definition, set is a collection of, okay, let me go side by side. So second thing was author, the title. So why the title is appearing in a block? Because I have used this theme, use metric. That's why my title is appearing in a box. For example, if I will not use any kind of theme, it will reverse back into a simple presentation. See, now every that block things, they have disappeared. Okay, so this is with the help of this use theme. Okay, next thing is my institute, then date is today, then make title. Okay, what about make title? Make title if I want to show my title page. Then overview, I have specially introduced a frame, that frame in which I have written overview and I have written table of contents. So automatically my sections and subsections of my entire presentation will appear in my table of contents. Okay, so then I have come to the next slide. Next slide, that is my first slide. So how to introduce a slide, begin frame, frame title, first slide, basic definition. So in the block, I have written definition, the set, the definition of a set. Then I have shown a warning. So for use of warning, I have used alert block. Okay, the default color is red. Then I have introduced an example. The default color for example is green. That is why I have not decided it to be green. It is by default, it's green. Okay, so this is the block environment. For example, let us try to understand this command. First of all, under Madrid theme, I'm writing a begin block with name introduction. My line is, Beamer is a flexible LaTeX class for making slides and presentation, end block. Then I'm writing a definition that sets are represented as the collection of well-defined objects or element, and it does not change from person to person. Example set of all natural numbers. Now let's see what will be the output. Okay, see, here it is the output. So very first block, that is introduction, then definition, then example. I hope this point is clear to you. Okay, now the next command is a very important command, that is pause command. Okay, so let's try to execute this command, pause command. For example, now I'm presenting you some work, but I want to pause at certain point. For example, if I want to ask a question from my students in my class and I'm giving a presentation, so I don't want to show them answer right away. Okay, first of all, I want to ask a question. Then in my presentation, only a question will appear. Then in the next slide, I want the answer to be there. Okay, then see, first of all, for example, I want to ask say I'm asking a first question from the audience, so here it is a pause. When I will use the next arrow, see, then the next line, that is answer the question, that is my answer will appear. So in most of presentation where we want to have interaction with the audience, we generally use the pause command. So this is a very famous and very helpful command. Similarly, let me ask you any another question. So here is a pause, then here is the answer. Okay, so this pause command, how to execute this pause command? So this is by \pause. So I have written here to reveal parts of a frame one after the other. Means I don't want to show the frame at once. I want to show it by parts. To reveal the parts, we can use pause command. By entering the pause command before every entry in the list, we can reveal list point by point. For example, let's start with a begin frame, then begin itemize. Then my first item is first point, then there is a pause. Then my second item is second point, then there is a pause. Okay, then end frame. Let us execute this command. For example, say I'm starting another frame. For example, say begin frame, and here is the title of the frame, frame title is pause command, and say I am initializing begin itemize, and say this is my item is does the collection of all honest men, yes, simple, collection of all honest men in Delhi. Okay, so my question is it a set? So this is my question for the audience. Okay, so see what will happen here. I need to end itemize. Then I need to end my frame. One minute. Begin frame, then frame title, begin itemize, and end itemize, then end frame. Yeah. So basically, this is the pause here. Collection of all honest men in Delhi. And I have written its answer. So I'm writing a pause here, and then I'm writing the answer. The answer as no, it is not a set, as it varies from person to person. Okay. So see, in my command or in my presentation, the answer is not appearing as such because I have used this pose command on line number 41. So in the next slide, now the answer will appear. No, it is not a set as it varies from person to person. That's what we have written here. For example, use theme metric under metric theme. I have written itemize item, ask the first question from the audience, then pause, answer the question, then again pause, ask another question from the audience, then answer second question. For example, the next slide. See, the first line, ask the first question from the audience, then there is a pause. Then the answer of the question. Then again there is a pause. So I'm writing, I'm just hitting the another button, then ask another question from the audience, here it is the answer. So this is the benefit of your pause command. And for a pause command, actually in your DVI file, it will use 4 different slides. But in your PDF file, it will not use any 4 different slides. It will be executed with the help of your next arrow command. So I think that's it. My 1 hour is already over. So that's it. Thank you from my side because I have made such presentations so that you can learn the very basic commands. I'm not going to the very hi-fi commands. For example, like new environment commands. Commands are there in which you can play with your theme. But for the beginners, I think you should not interrupt the already inbuilt command for your theme. Okay, so let me again share my practice slide with you. So in case if you are having any kind of doubt, you may ask. You are free to ask, Beta.
So there are queries from audience.
Yes, ma'am.
That how we insert hyperlink in PPT?
Yes, this is by simple command hyperlink. Simple. For example, you must have gone through that LaTeX command in LaTeX article class. Simple. The same command works here also. / hyperlink, you can add the hyperlinks.
Okay, sir. And sir, one more query. Can we add animation or GIF in Beamer?
Sorry, I didn't get. Can we add?
Can we add animations or GIFs in Beamer?
Animations. This is by adding a small. There is a command that is called / animation addition. Yes, you can add animations also and videos also. But if you have learned MATLAB now, so basically yes, we can add these videos also. But these times now in MATLAB software also you can do animations and you can make your own animations. Then you can directly call from MATLAB to that your Beamer presentation. So if in future you will learn advanced Beamer, then obviously I will show you how to call directly MATLAB animations into your Beamer animations. Yes, you can add for now.
Okay, sir. So thank you very much for such a knowledgeable talk on basic Beamer presentation and spare your precious time and sharing such a knowledge with us.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am.
And sir, if things get well settled, so we will organize such type of workshop in offline mode, and then we will learn more from you.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir. As in mathematical presentation, we need a lot of commands for write mathematical terms, which is not much easy in MS Office.
Yes.
So you have explained in very nicely and interesting way to make a presentation in LaTeX. So thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. Baljinder. And I also want to thank Dr. Rajat and Dr. Sandeep for organizing such events for the students. So basically, you are doing very good job for your department. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.